Estamos en eso ahora mismo. MP. Vamos a darle para allá. Oh, mira, tengo un juego el mismo día, Pistons vs Clippers. Y el de ahora que Mavericks vs Rockets. Los dos equipos juegan el mismo día, pero yo voy a jugar primero un juego con los Mavericks. Luego me cambio para el equipo de los Clippers y juego con el que ellos les toque jugar. Vamos a jugar versus los Rockets. Si podemos ganar, el tiro es muy duro,
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Ernie Johnson joined by Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Thanks for tuning in. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the Dallas Mavericks going up against the Houston Rockets.
En el juego anterior metimos con Dino Wiggins tiene 31 puntos y pico,
knocked out in the first
Vamos a
round
ver
in
cómo nos va
last
ahora.
year's playoffs, so they better be ready.
Con Dirk
Extra motivation on this one. Well, the big problem for Dallas last season was their play on the defensive end. They just didn't do enough to slow teams down. What can they do to improve that, Shaq?
Well, first they got to have a rim protector on the floor at all times. You can't be passive about letting perimeter players get to the teeth of their defense and score.
No tenemos ahí mucha gente hablando. Vamos al juego. En la casa de Houston, Dallas Mavericks. Vamos a esto, la barba, señor, un super equipo. Recuérdense que tenemos problemas en la pintura con Dallas. Y aquí esta gente tiene ya la pintura a Howard, a Montejunas. Y hace un juego un poquito difícil de ganar, pero vamos a intentarlo. Los Rockets tienen mucha ventaja sobre Dallas. Pero vamos a darle. A ver si me tengo para el tiro de 3 con Matthews, aparte del Dirk.
And I'll tell you something else. Any fears they had about his injury having
ill
ill effects
effects
on the team were swept aside pretty quickly when they began to play so well without
Howard va a
him.
abusar de Pachulia.
He really didn't suffer in his
Ya
absence
lo
very
sé.
much at all.
And really it says something about the character of this group. I mean, they've shown that
Desactivar los comandos de voz. No sé, eso parece que no se queda grabado, pero siempre lo desactivo y vuelve y se activa.
resiliency and held their ground. Now, this should make them even stronger.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one.
On the floor right now for the Mavericks. Parsons and Dirk are in at the forward spot.
No solo, señores. Buena la cortina. No hubo que dar pase ahí, ¿eh?
You know, he didn't need to make the layup complicated. I mean, it's not a
Número 2
trick
puntos.
shot
Ahí viene la
contest,
barba.
but he decided to
Cortina
go
de
for a
Howard.
little extra
Aquí.
flavor on that one.
Harden kicks to Howard. And that is
Wow, la metió.
Listen,
Va a abusar de Montejuna en la pintura de Howard, ¿eh?
the front runner for the
No hay
best
duda de eso.
shooting guard in
No hay
the
duda de que va a
NBA,
abusar en la pintura de
arguably
Howard.
in the conversation for the best player in our league. And listen, he's a league leader in scoring a season ago. He's a one-man wrecking crew offensively.
Here's Williams following the basket by Dwight Howard.
Parsons.
And Parsons
Bien, Parsons
gets it
for
to
three,
go.
señores.
Good open look, and he splashes home the three.
Sí, sí, sí.
And so it's Houston with it.
Será un juego difícil, pero lo vamos a intentar. Los Rockets son muy fuertes. La barba, Howard, Montejuna. Tigres son duros todos. Howard con la bola.
Yeah, I suppose that's right, but it still was
Falló.
heartbreaking.
Y casi que rebota ahí mismo.
Hate to lose in OT. No matter how hard you played, you want to come out on top if you're going to play those
No
extra
whiskey.
minutes.
La voy a tirar. Sí, sí, señores, valen 3.
Williams, who picks up
Primer
the
tiro
assist.
de No Whiskey, señores.
Nowitzki's got his
3
first
puntos.
3 points of the game.
Estamos ganando 8-2.
And James Harden really an offense unto himself, as Gravy just talking
Wow,
about.
falta. En este juego tú no puedes ni siquiera amagarle para robarle un balón a la gente. Te cantan falta de una vez.
Makes created with the pass. Harden was first, and Clark, it wasn't even close.
Well, that was a mouthful.
Houston
in terms of
Barba
breaking
Rockets.
down those analytics, but I tell you what, he does a great job of
la
attacking
bus-
and finding teammates.
Va,
for
la
threes.
tiró.
I can put it simply.
La tiró la barba, señores.
And the shot is good.
Dwight Howard with some slick passing on that one.
Vamos a ver.
Dallas has gone 2 of 2 from 3-point range here in the first quarter. Nowitzki with
I'm
the
the fave with Dirk.
out to the right wing. And Nowitzki
Sí, valen 2.
open, he fires. Again, the Mavericks score.
4 straight
Lleva
makes out
5
the
lados.
gate. That's a
El
sweet
flamenco
start.
de No Whiskey.
Rockets have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today.
Montejunas.
Oniunas passes to Howard.
Wow, no hay forma en la pintura con Howard ahí. Y esa pelada que tiene Howard ahora.
Unadulterated power right there. I mean, he ripped it down with both hands.
Absolutely a resounding dunk.
Just a
Pachulia.
chance slam by the big fella.
Oh, pero Pachulia no bajó. 3 point more.
Can't get
Ah,
it to go.
yeah.
4 or 5
Mati la
to
mete,
start the
señores.
game.
3, la
That's
mete.
their
No se
first
la
base.
tiré así tranquilo, pero. Ahí el tiro.
In the corner, Harden.
Oh my god.
And the 3 off target.
Bueno.
Dallas leading by 4. It's Matthews on the wing.
Vamos, Pachulia.
Inside. Takes it out to Parsons. Nowitzki for 3. The
Yeah.
Rockets pull it in. And this matchup with Dallas, it's their first
Era Hybrid.
winning of the season.
De lo mío.
Some history here, though, of course. They won that first round series in last year's playoffs. And
Wow.
ended up sending
Botaron el
them
balón.
back.
Bueno,
And
fallaron.
an incentive in a game. Be ready to rise up to
Claro,
that
tiré un
challenge.
poco desesperado, pero valen 3, señores, de Parsons. Hybrid, dime. Valen 3, mané.
It just never seemed to come together.
You just don't know. Trades are always risky. You don't know how
Sí,
they
la
will
metió.
work out.
Tiene un tiro incomodísimo.
Ownership for talking to the players to see what they thought about the trade before they actually made the deal.
Here's Williams. Ty Lawson making his last shot.
There you go, dude.
Parsons with it. He had 10 points in the win against the Lakers.
Yeah, and he also did a great
Wow,
job.
falló ese tiro, salió la bola.
That also was a
Con
factor.
Bill de campo ahí,
Now here's
tranquilo.
Lawson. Dirk Nowitzki unable to get his shot to go. Leaves the dishes to Howard. And he drops in the layup
Oh,
off
man,
the glass.
Howard.
Howard's got 6.
3 puntos el juego,
They've
señores,
scored
pegado.
several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like
Falló un
that.
tiro con Dirk que no debe fallar ahí. Miren a la barba, 3 por Ariza,
You
señores.
can pound the basketball inside. It also allows you
Las mujeres,
transition.
And
Ya, tú eres duro, Alvin, no cotorra.
first time out of the game. Their last game, a win against the Lakers, looking to carry it into this one.
And we talked about how in the NBA you've got to earn your points the hard way, and that really wasn't the case in that game for them.
No, there was no hard way about it. I mean, they got their points easily on
Matthews.
dunks and layups against the defense that really
Coño,
didn't
Evans.
offer much of a
Coño,
threat.
bro.
Looking at who's out
Coño,
now
bro.
for the
Coño, loco.
Rockets. Jones checked in for Monty
Tú no sabes hacer una maldita cortina, una falta ahí. Yo quería coger la ventaja de 5 puntos. Ahora vamos a poner esa gente en juego o de 1 o lo empatan fácil. JJ Barea, señor.
136
Vamos a
left
ver
in
si
the
me robo
first
un balón
quarter.
con Barea. Oh my God.
Now here's Beverly. Jones sets the pick for Beverly. 5 on the clock. This is to Jones. Houston needs to get a shot. In the corner, it's Brewer. Offensive rebound.
Mira eso.
And Thornton kicks to Jones. And
Tapón ahí, ven.
And it's the Mavericks
Maria.
on the break. Shoots from the high post.
Mandó por Barea, señor, el puertorriqueño. JJ.
Borea's got his first basket of the night. Rockets trail by 5. Here's Beverly. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Evans entró a la falta.
And guys, Patrick Beverly, a perfect fit for the Rockets alongside James Harden. You know, Beverly is in that complementary role as a 3 and D guy. Also, even though he's the point guard, he doesn't need the ball to be effective. He's good at just spotting up for threes, and he's a hounding on-ball defender.
All free throws good from Beverly. And Beverly plucked out of here by the Rockets. Clark, he signed a new contract this past offseason.
And a nice value for the Rockets, Kevin. I mean, he's a player who's impacted.
Mira eso, María, ¿por qué no hizo una cortina? No entiendo.
That's often the case for those guys that are all defense caliber players.
Un punto lo pusieron ya.
Huge height
¿Por qué María no hizo una cortina?
but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Agreed. The body control essential in that situation. I mean, if you're giving
No,
up
hombre, Evans,
a bunch
pero
of height, then you better be able to manufacture things
no,
in
se
the
lo puedo
air.
ganar. Ya se me fue adelante.
Credit the assist on that one.
Vaina.
Boy, I tell you what, nice little run here they're going on.
Ahí sí es bueno.
That was a violent throw down there.
You're telling me.
I mean, it's almost like he doesn't like the rim.
And that
Me
was
pregunto,
key,
pana, que por
bringing
qué
it
la
to
gente
close
de
up
no
on
se
the
afeitan los
big-time
sobacos,
play.
pues yo no sé, loco.
Now,
Algo
here's
será.
guarded by Borea.
Una cultura diferente, ¿sabes? Wow.
Traps in the tray.
Yeah, viewer de 3 así no es mal. No es mal.
Screen there, set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the
Se me
fact
pone adelante, me ganan el primer cuarto, señores, de 2 puntos. Los Houston Rockets me dan un lío. Fallé un par de tiros importantísimos, de verdad.
Stay with us as we get set to bring you the
Wow,
second
Brewer
quarter
ahí
right after this.
me mató con ese triple. Pero nada.
And now let's hear from Ty Lawson talking about the balanced attack of this Denver Nugget team.
We do have a team type of game. You know, everybody scoring spread out, rebounding, everything spread out. So, you know, even from the bench, you know, it's definitely a team type game.
Well, that was the game
bacano.
plan a couple
Vamos a
years
ver.
ago when Denver was good enough to make the playoffs and Ty Lawson was at the control.
You know, but not enough
Tenemos la bola.
firepower to be able to sustain
Tenemos Harris.
with the elite teams, say like the Warriors or the Rockets. Ty Lawson, a solid, dependable player in our league, but this is still a league where you need
Valen dos.
superstars.
No el hombre, empata el juego.
Well, up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Rockets.
Guys, right from the start, it's been apparent they're determined to establish a presence in the paint.
they've been distributing the ball really well tonight, too. I mean,
Bueno,
a
pero le
decent
damos
number of
también.
assists so far for them.
On the court for Dallas here in the second. Harris is out there with Darren Williams. Then it's Matthews. Then there's Pachulia. And it's Nowitzki in at the force. And here is Williams. Nowitzki with the screen on Lawson. Jumper off the screen. And there's Dirk Nowitzki on the assist by Williams. Williams has got assist number 5 here tonight.
Yo trato de defender que esa gente no la metan, pues no vamos a mantener el juego así.
Lawson
Tiene
the
que
best.
fallar. La barba.
Harden against Williams. On the basket
Wow.
by Jones. Jones has got his first bucket of the night.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
Here's
Pachulia.
Pachulia,
Yeah.
and he comes off the screen and slams it through.
Boy, that was a pretty assist by Harris.
The Rockets shooting has been outstanding tonight. 56% as a team in this game.
In a season where everyone in the Southwest made it to the playoffs, you just knew it was going to be a war of attrition night in and night out. Still, the Rockets managed to come out on top in the division.
Si todo de campo con Dirty ahí la voy a tirar, señores. O sea, no hay duda que la voy a tirar.
Lawson's against Harris. Jones with the screen on Harris. Lawson dishes to Jones. Can't make good off the pick.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money.
Matthews for three. Wow.
Matthews, no good.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Ariza with it. Matthews covering. Williams against Lawson. He kicks it to Harden. Another miss by Houston.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Nowitzki a screen. Matthews into the lane. Off the pick. And Nowitzki once again. Now it's a 6-point Dallas lead.
And after his last game, I'm not surprised to see him as hot as he is here tonight.
Outside.
Wow, qué tiro.
Not phased at all by having a bigger defender on him down low.
Pasó la barba.
Thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but
Super el tiro de la barba.
what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
Dallas calls timeout.
But, you know, the Mavs made the playoffs
La que dirigió Contino Wilson proteger la zona. Vamos a ver, tenemos ventaja de 4.
Western Conference contenders, in
Vamos a
part
tratar de
because they
mantener la
struggled
ventaja.
defensively.
Vamos a dirigir los ataques
Offensively,
como
they were
dice.
pretty good, but they didn't quite come up with enough stops when they needed them.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Howard's checked in for Terrence Jones.
Oh, mano, pero
and
¿qué
it's
fue lo que
Patrick
hizo?
Beverly in
Toma,
for
saca
Ty
la bola.
Lawson. Nowitzki kicks to Villanueva.
Mira es. Tome todo.
Here's Howard. Got it for his fourth field goal of the game on just 5 shots. Greg, you talked about what the Mavs did, how they played against the West, 29-23 record against the rest of the conference.
Yeah, but Kevin, it's a little misleading, the win total. I mean, if you look at the Mavs against the teams that they compare themselves to, which are the playoff
Vale, entre JJ Barea.
10-18 over the course of the season.
Saludos ahí, JJ.
Impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
Oh.
5 straight baskets, Greg, resulting
La
from
falta que no le podemos dar a ese
playing
tigre.
as one unit out there.
The Rockets making a switch here. Brewers checked in. Raymond Felton, he's checked in for Dallas. Here's Harden on the wing. He's covered by Felton. Here's Beverly. Off to a good start. His first shot attempt.
Speed and agility, guys. I mean, he went right to the defense and took it to the rim.
Pero me va a dar.
Villanueva with a screen on Harden. Off the pick. And
Ahora un
Villanueva
pick and
with
roll voy a
a stop.
hacerlo.
He power surged that one down. Wow.
Yeah, good term to use. One of the game's top dunkers for sure.
Folks, that's not a petty, not a Manny, that's a facial.
Oh!
And oh, here we go. Felton's got it. The fast break chance.
Bien, valen 2 de Parsons.
Parsons got the lead up to 7 now for the
Mira ese punto Parsons en contorno de
Let's get your
4-3.
take, guys, in the
De
hustle
3-2,
stats
tiro
for
Great
de 3.
hustle
Bien.
defensively through the first half, contesting everything and racking up the block shots.
Bien.
Another big aspect
Bien.
of the game in the fast break
Bien.
transition opportunity. They're
Ahí
really
metieron ahí,
keeping it up
esperemos que no
tempo
venga a
so
joder el juego como ahorita.
Marcus Thornton, he's checked in for the Rockets. And Dallas also making the switch. Jeremy Evans checks in for Dirk Nowitzki. Off the inbound. No luck. So the Mavericks will take it the other way. After this one, they're off to Philadelphia to take on the 76ers. That matchup falls in the middle game of this 3-game trip. Beverly against Parsons. Stolen by Evans. And here's the break. Here's Barea. And that comes over the assist by Raymond Felton.
La cortina de Barea.
Felton's got 4 assists in the
La
game.
bandejita ahí de Barea. Evans como que vino a recuperar lo que hizo ahorita, porque
Guarded closely.
ahorita es un disparate.
In the corner, Thornton with it.
Sí, la tiró así, rojo.
And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
They've done their part here to run down a lot of missed shots.
Mal pase, vamos otra vez.
Solid rebounding effort.
Yeah, energy has been the difference, and they're fighting for every loose ball and giving as good as they get on the inside.
Diablo, qué tablazo. Al pobre dominicano le dio un tablazo a Villanueva. ¿Qué es lo que hace Villanueva? Un hombre que no sirve. Él quería volar agua o algo así. Explíquenme eso.
And the first one at the line is good.
Bien de ahí, un tirador, no puede fallar de ahí. Pero falla uno, es increíble.
To stop the run, and with that, the Mavericks get down to 8 on the bucket from Corey Brewer.
Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
And that does it for the first half of play. It's Dallas leading by 8. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. Dwight, what's your assessment of the team you're playing here tonight?
Good. Tough team. You know, they play hard, they play together, they move the ball.
It's halftime show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We're going to break down the first half action for you. We saw Dirk Nowitzki lighting it up in the first half. He had 13 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 block. He's definitely heated up over the last few games, and we're seeing some of that same recipe here tonight. Shaq, what's your take on Dallas?
Well, it was an unselfish, team-oriented half of basketball. The ball never stopped moving. Their offense had a great flow to it. It prevented anyone from getting lazy out there. They're always moving, cutting, knowing where they need to pass the ball, Ernie.
And over to Kenny. What did you think about the Rockets?
Can this team please get fired up on defense? I mean, get angry, get upset. Guys are way too soft and giving up way too many good looks. At some point, you got to draw the line in the sand. Be like, okay, who's crossing this line? If you're coming over here, I'm taking a hard foul, and I'm going to resist you on defense.
All right, that is going to wrap up our halftime report as it's just about time for the start of the third quarter.
Now the second half about to start up and begin any moment. Dirk Nowitzki having a dominant impact in this game.
And he just went off in those first 2 quarters, guys. He's capable of doing that on a consistent basis as well. So we might see some changes from a defensive standpoint as they try to disrupt his rhythm in the second half.
You know, guys, I think you've got to make some sort of change. I mean, they can't let him continue to torch him up like he has been.
Ya vieron ahí, le dejé el baile a las mujeres, le dejé todo, el informe del descanso, vamos a esto.
Now Williams, Harden and Ariza filling out the
Ven,
perimeter.
Pachulia, vamos a hacer.
and Howard the post pair, and it's Lawson in at the wall.
Tablazo, me dio, le sacó una falta ahí. Tenemos a Tiro en la cancha, son puntos seguros. Tenemos a Matthews, tenemos a Pachulia, pueden ser puntos también. Ok, Williams. Miren cómo doy la vuelta a la cancha. Bien. Le di la vuelta y él estaba solo ahí, Parsons. Son 2, valen 2 ahí de campo, tranquilo.
Darren Williams, the injury-riddled campaigns just keep piling up.
Yeah, it's almost difficult to watch considering how good he was when he was healthy. I mean, you're talking about one of the most explosive players in the game over the last decade.
La tiró en step back, quizá por eso falló.
The injuries, hard to overcome.
Kastanovitsky.
Excelente, me quedó un chiquito al frente. Ahora me quedó atrás, por eso aproveché ahí, señor, y la tiré. Tenemos 15 puntos. Con Drogiski. Wow, pero porque todo es falta. O sea, no puedo robar un balón yo aquí en este juego. Se por Ariza, la mete de 3, ten cuidado. Está bien, Dirk, quédate con él ahí. Vaya de ahí.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Yeah, another column in the stat sheet that has.
Wow, pero ese William no sirve. La barba estaba lejísima, mira cómo le llegó. Oh.
Williams against Harden. Harden with a screen on Matthews. Harden outside. They get it again.
No me joda.
Just lazy defense on the glass there.
Well, nobody boxed out. Nobody put a body on anybody else. Things like that not only drive the coach crazy, that stuff gets under my skin.
The Rockets making a switch here. Jones is checked in, and Dallas also making a switch. Harris is checked in. Calling that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. One thing that can be said for Dirk is that he has been incredible in terms of an ambassador for the game. We know he's a Hall of Fame player, but what he's done off the floor and just everything for the European player coming into this league.
Los Rockets me ganaron un juegazo el otro día jugando yo con los Clippers, señores. Clippers versus Rockets, y me ganaron un juegazo. Parece que me toca a mí ganar. Esa gente me ganaron un lío en otro juego en el último cuarto. Por eso que estoy moca.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets.
And you know, you think about Dirk's impact. Certainly the NBA saw more and more European players come over after Dirk. He wasn't the first Euro, but he certainly has been the most popular.
Al Lawson. Qué equipo, son duros. Buena defensa de Matthews.
Back to Harden. And stolen by Harris. Outside Matthews. Feeds to Nowitzki.
Lo vi en el suelo, que se meta. Oye, excelente. Yo no sé, pero yo voy a repetir a ver cómo se cayó. La barba. La barba se cayó, señores. O sea, lo vi en el suelo a la barba. Mira ahí con la cortina. Él rebaló. Y se cayó como el mejor. Entonces se cayó frente a Dirk. Y Dirk no wiki, señores. No, pisé la raya. Y hubiera sido de 3. Y la barba en el suelo, señores. Ah. La barba en el suelo. Qué fuerte, en el piso y el puntazo. Se cayó solo, nadie lo tumbó con amague. Oh my God. Buena. Me van a la falta otra vez. Pero cuidado si me lesionan al hombre,
In Dirk Nowitzki last season, I felt like the first time we saw real signs of wear and tear from all the years of him playing. His field goal percentage, points per game, rebounds, all off his career averages. And that said, though, he's still a crafty, dangerous guy to have to go up against.
And the first one drops.
No cojo esa de que temblores con Jill, señores.
Going back to Nowitzki, his value at this point of his career cannot be measured by stats alone.
No falla,
Exactly. And that's what wasn't there last
el porcentaje de la liga
year.
de ahí, yo
Guys
creo que se
around
tira
him,
lo
because
tiene.
that's really when he's at his very best.
Vamos a ver.
He can
Lawson
still
me tiró un tiro
fill
de
it
tres
up
bombazos
fast,
muy
and he's
bueno.
one of the smartest players in the league too.
La barba. La barba, le hacen su cortina. Se valoriza. Oh. La tiró, pero falló. Hace la Harris. La Chulia. Wow, mala mía, Mala mía ese pase ahí muy cruzado. La barba. Oh. Se la quitó. Miren, eso tenía Dida la barba, señores. Siempre está firmado por la Dida ahora,
And for Terrence Jones, there's a quiet excitement surrounding him in personnel circles. Last season, he was a much better rim protector, way up in blocks, and his three-point percentage was up as well. So those are the kinds of year three improvements that talent evaluators are always looking for, especially when you come
Seguimos con otra
into
ventaja de
the
10
league
puntos.
as an
Hay que
underclassman.
mantenerla porque esta gente dominicano. Solo. Pueden valer 3. Sí, señores. Charlie B. Charlie Villanueva, señores, un tirador de 3. Solito. No se castiga. Baja bola mía, buena.
They're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Looking at Terrence Jones, he really has that complete game. His ability to make a play at the rim.
Solo. Valen 3. No me quedé sin
He's a
corto.
multi-dimensional threat. Long player, well-schooled. Falls in line, I think, very well with any good team. In this particular case,
Bueno, rebote del
with one of the playoff teams
Ahí son
in the
3.
West.
Bueno, ya está de 2. Pero son seguros. Son seguros, Matthews.
His first 3 seasons, so defenses might want to choose to ignore somebody else.
.143 left here in
Wow,
the third quarter.
¿qué fue lo que pasó ahí?
And that one's good. That's now 8 points for James Harden.
Well, for one, he hasn't let them down. I mean, but a few other guys need to pick up the pace if they're going to be good.
Berea dishes to Nowitzki.
Bárbaro, pero es que no está pegado de mí defendiéndome. Va a comenzar a hacer un comeback esta gente.
Brewer's got his third basket of the night.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
Okay.
Matthews with it. Nowitzki a screen. Matthews into the lane. Here's Nowitzki.
Al fuerte. Pero qué pasa, loco.
And even though he missed that, you have to take
¿Cómo
those
diablos
shots
fue ese tiro
when
ahí?
you get the opportunity.
Exactly. They don't come much better or easier than that.
Jones.
Oh, casi le doy.
Off the mark, and a chance to trim it to single digits. Screen by Villanueva. And Matthews kicks to Villanueva. Great use of the
Toma ahí, Villanueva
room for the
resolviendo,
jumper.
señor.
Villanueva's got 5 points now this quarter.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job.
Bueno, el robo allá adelante. JJ Barea solito, señores. La bandejita normal.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Harden outside, and Brewer gets to Ariza. High shot from 10 feet out. Ariza's got his first points of the game.
And really a good job spotting his teammate near the bucket and then just pinpoint passing for the finish.
And there's the pass to Villanueva. That 3 off the mark. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Mavericks lead by 13. And we'll have the start of the 4th quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here.
La calidad de la conexión a internet actualmente no es suficiente para permitir un gameplay. ¿Y eso? Pues si tengo una super conexión. No me dale pausa, que es lo que tú estás diciendo. Que no puedo transmitir, pero yo estoy en vivo. Me tumbó la transmisión, el play este. ¿Qué pasa?
On the court for the Mavericks. They've got Jeremy Evans. Harris is out there with Williams. Then there's Chandler Parsons. And it's Pachulia in at the center position.
One thing about Corey Brewer, he's a defensive specialist, has a combination of size and quickness that's real hard to score against. I mean, equally good at defending in the half court or transition.
Going back to Corey Brewer, he also has a sixth sense of sniffing out steal.
No está transmitiendo normal, bien.
He's averaged 1.5 steals a game over his career.
Seguimos en vivo.
Guys, it's always going to give that effort offensively.
Tengo mi conexión bien.
Contribute there, but more importantly, he's going to give you results on the defensive side of the ball.
He has an amazing motor; it never shuts down. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
Boy, last year the Rockets dealt with a lot of injuries. I mean, the front court and post players were hit the hardest. I think almost every Rocket big would end up missing some time.
Harris outside. Back to Parsons. Kicks it to Williams. 4 on the shot clock. Pachulia the pass to Williams.
Wow, el salió.
And last season, GA, as you were talking about, the injuries for the Rockets did pile up. Dwight
pero ¿cómo la mente tan incómoda así?
Jones was out. They missed those guys for multiple games.
Yeah, and that hurt them inside, but also remember, Beverly goes down right before the playoffs. So in all, the Rockets had 180 missed games on their roster due to injury. Amazing they stayed so resilient and were able to capture that 2 seed.
And he's going up for the alley-oop.
Wow, por encima de Pachulia. Oh, mira la barba, dice que
power flush with the long hang on the rim at the end of it.
Clark, that could be a catalyst for him.
I think you're right.
And we've seen those kinds of plays get them fired up in the past.
Yo, Palomo.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But
no matter
what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball in the paint.
And it's a big key thus far in this game.
Whenever
they've gotten the ball in the paint, good things have happened.
And guys, over the last 2 seasons, Devin Harris has been a backup point guard, but one could argue that he's outperformed the guys that are directly ahead of him.
That's exactly right, Kevin. I mean, Harris came back to the team that he started his career with to be a support player, but injuries, trades, and generally poor fits elevated Harris's importance to the team.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Guys, over that last break, I listened to Kevin McHale address his team. He let his players know that they've got to do a better job on defense. He said they're scoring any way they want. We've got to show some pride here. Let's make a stand defensively, get us stops, and get on a run of our own. Do they have it in them, Kevin?
You know, getting back to Devin Harris, he can really help you. But you want to do one thing, limit his minutes. 11 full seasons under his belt. Slender and built. It's best to play him around.
Wow, salió esa bola.
Dallas leading by 13. Evans a screen on Lawson. And it's Harris off the drive. Evans inside. He's guarded by Thornton. They get the rebound. Kicks it out to Parsons. Good on the
Bien, valen 3.
They get 10 of their last 12 points
Ay,
coming off
señor.
assists.
You have to love the ball movement.
For Houston, they've gone 2 of 4 from the field.
Mira, Dean, muerto de risa.
Final quarter of play.
Wow, lo de solo.
You know, talking about the veteran Harris, his quickness was still apparent last season. And his skill set was a good fit for Coach Carlisle's flow offense. I mean, this guy's been around a long time, and there are very few that are quicker than him with the ball.
Abusé. Quería que valga 3 más.
By watching this guy, look at the fundamentals there on the box out.
Howard dishes to Brewer. Houston moving it around. Here's Monty Eunice, and the rejection by Evans. And he recovers it. Can they get it? Mavericks with the
Se
rebound.
quilló y la quería tirar porque va loco.
Pachulia's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
The open shot by Brewer with nobody on him. He buries the jumper. Brewer's got 4 points in the quarter.
Buen bombazo ahí de Brewer. Tirador ese.
And Corey Brewer, guys, out of Florida, remember won those 2 national championships,
Bueno.
teaming up with Joakim Noah and Al Horford. Terrific quickness, and that rangy frame makes him a disruptive defender. Great versatility as well on that end of the floor.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Reza comes in for Corey Brewer. And James Harden subbed in for Marcus Thornton. Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for Dallas. Matthews comes in for Harris. Matthews into the lane. Here's Pachulia.
Pachulia, señores.
Strong with one hand and flushes it down.
The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so sweet. Even on a power finish like that.
And really, that's what makes him unique, that combination of power and power.
Clark, Corey Brewer was the 7th pick in the 2007 draft. He's never really reached that star caliber so many had predicted.
Yeah, you know, his offense has held him back a bit. He's a bit erratic at that end.
Bueno.
Great shooter. Slashes effectively well. He's most effective in transition.
Nada, señor, creo que este juego lo ganamos ya. No hay forma.
And Lawson, here we go.
Oye, de ahí.
It's sent back by Nowitzki. They recover it. Here's Harden on the way. He's guarded by Williams. Here's Lawson. Nowitzki with the steal.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Mavericks.
Tonight they did a great job of getting everyone involved.
Wow, qué buen pase, qué buen rotamiento, señores. Qué bien roté el balón ahí. Ni los San Antonio Spurs pasan eso así.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
Especially because they're going to get together 3 more times.
Ahora comparsan el donqueo de la Liga.
Love to get an opponent figured out early when you're going to be seeing them that often.
And beyond the actual result of this game, fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance. He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
Houston with a big group substitution here. Jones checked in for Montejunas. Brewer comes in for Trevor Ariza. Marcus Thornton, he's checked in for James Harden. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Ty Lawson. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here.
Bien, el alley-oop, señores, ahora sí. Con Evans.
Jeremy Evans comes in for Dirk Nowitzki.
Wow.
Raymond Felton
Bien.
checked in for Chandler Parsons. And Barea subbed in for Williams.
Para eso que sirve para donkear.
They trail by 18. And Beverly kicks to Brewer. Now here's Beverly, guarded by Barea, and he gets it to go.
Buena, pero ya no hay forma. Vamos a ver si se vuelve
5-second
otro lío.
differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Evans, a screen on Beverly to the middle, up off the screen.
Wow!
And they're not finished just yet. They're going to make sure about this win.
Two hands down, people.
Any chances, Greg? This is how you close a game out. Textbook.
Screen by Howard. Beverly, the pass to Thornton. The feed to Beverly. And there's the shot. He'll go to the line.
Dicen que no.
At the line for your Rockets, Patrick Beverly. 2 shots. The first one falls. Both free throws good from Beverly.
Nada, señores, ganamos este partido de los Houston Rockets. La otra vez perdimos cuando jugamos los Clippers versus Rockets, pero con Dallas Mavericks en verdad nos manejamos súper bien. Dimos buenos tiros, abrimos mucho y quedaron solos los tiradores y se metió mano. Esta vez Dirk Nowitzki no llegó a 31 puntos, pero fue un buen juego. Fue un buen juego, en verdad, de Dirk Nowitzki. Creo que llegó a los 20 o 18 puntos. Y se mantuvo en la banca porque ya no había necesidad de salir otra vez. Y demasiado bien, señores, en verdad. Dallas Mavericks versus Houston Rockets. Los hallé flojos a los Houston porque el otro día cuando jugué los Clippers versus Houston Rockets fue un juego increíblemente épico, señores. Porque jugaron duro, pero no sé, ahora están como flojos. Lleva Dirk Nowitzki 21 puntos, una asistencia, 5 rebotes. Buen trabajo. Jordan Play of the Game, Flamenco. Chuf, y eso lo sabemos, señores, que Dirk si lo queda solo ahí, la va a poner, la va a tirar, y que tiene campo. Miren eso. Chuf, chuf, el Flamenco. Chuf, una falla de campo, Chuf. Nada, se vemos en el próximo streaming de NBA, Topsiete Games, topsietegames.com, y cuando salga Black Ops 3, ya saben que vamos a tener un par de videitos buenos de Black Ops 3 aquí. Bueno, tenemos un playlist de Black Ops 3 ahí en el canal, que fue cuando jugamos la beta. Y nada, se nos vemos en el próximo streaming, Topsiete Games, topsietegames.com. See you later, people.